Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the live broadcast for today. My name is Natalie Ledwell, and for those people who don't know who I am a bestselling author, and I am the co-founder of the movement and outrageously successful personal development company called Mind Movies. So if it's your first time to one of my broadcasts, welcome. Great to have you here. I do these broadcasts a couple of times a week. So that I can share different information, connect with our community, and answer questions, and hopefully give you some information that make a little bit of a shift for you, so that it can make a big difference in your life. So if you are here on the broadcast today, make sure that you say hi. Let me know where you're from so I can give you a little cheerio and acknowledge you and say hello in the video. So today I'm loving the topic that we're going to talk about today, because it's actually come up in conversation twice already with a friend and with my USM students this morning. So, and I think it's a really important one to talk about, because there's a lot of confusion around this. And that is, where do we draw the line? What are the 9 signs from the universe on whether we should take action or whether we should surrender to what's happening? And it's, it can be very confusing, and hopefully today I'm going to be able to clear this subject up for you so that you know what's going on. So let me say hello to some people that are coming through right now, and I see some good friends that are here. I'm regularly on the broadcast. Great to see Kathy Cook here, Terry Collier, Jim Schneider. Good to see you here as well. Sarah Reinhardt. Sabrina Cadillo, I think it is from Delaware. Hi, how are you? And Jacqueline Cornwall from Toronto, Canada. Isn't it Toronto? Not Toronto, it's Toronto. I think that's how the locals say it. Good to see you here as well. And Michelle Kind, great to see you here too, darling. Yes, so here is the challenge that we have when it comes to applying law of attraction and these success principles. How far do we have to push, or how hard do we have to push to make things happen? Or how do we release enough for the universe to step in and give us what we need to be able to make it happen? There's this kind of this fine line, and it's very confusing at times. I know the one of the questions that I got in the USM forum today was, and USM is my Ultimate Success Masterclass program, was, wait a minute, aren't we supposed to set an intention and then just release it to the universe and wait for it to show up? And the answer to that is actually no. And I know that the Secret, the movie The Secret, the book The Secret got a lot of backlash at some stage, because they didn't talk about the action you need to take. And we're not specifically talking about the conscious action, but we're talking about the action that you need to take to become the the same vibrational match as those things, or abundance and things that you want to create. This is what we're talking about, that kind of action. Yes, you need to take some action towards your goals, but I'm going to talk about how to recognize when you should be jumping in and when you should be surrendering and releasing and letting go. So yes, that's what I'm going to be discussing today. I want to say hi to Mohammed from Morocco. How are you? And I've got Dina. Good to see you here, Dina Puzon. And Jim saying, surrender to the phenomenon of abundance and blessings in my life. Yes, exactly. We have to surrender to a certain point, but then there's other things that we need to do. Because what happens is that, we want to look at what's the difference between being and doing. Because we need to do both. We need to be the vibrational match. We need to be the wealthy, healthy, loving person. But then there's also actions that we need to take as well. So we want to figure out what that is. And we also want to make sure that we're in flow. So when we're hanging on to something so tightly and we want it so desperately to happen, desperation, frustration, helplessness, impatience, they're lower vibrational emotions. Now, when you think about it, emotions are the language that the universe understands. That's how we communicate with the language, with the universe. So, because emotion is vibration, it's frequency, it's resonance. And so as long as we are emotionally an alignment to those things that we want to attract, which means as long as we know what it feels like and can sit in the feeling of belief an expectation that it's already happened. And the longer that we can maintain that frequency or that emotion or that resonance, then the easier it is for things that we want to come to us. Okay, so how do we do that? This is what I'm going to be talking about right now. Okay, right. So let me talk about the things that you want to do or actions that you need to take, and when you should be taking them, and to know when that you have to step in with that. So the first thing is that if you get a sudden impulse or idea to do something and it excites the bejesus out of you, then you must take action towards it. What we call this is inspired action. So the prompt or the idea that you got to take this action was given to you, that came to you from the universe or from your subconscious mind or from your intuition or wherever it came from. It doesn't matter. The thing is, it's inspired action. It's something that you must take action on. And let's say that you have a couple of opportunities or a couple of ideas that have come up for you. Which one do you choose? The one that excites you the most. That's the one that you choose, because that's the indication, the emotional and vibrational indication that that is the right decision. Okay, so that's really important. So if an idea comes to you of something a decision you used to make, action you need to do, a job you need to take, an opportunity, then start action in that direction. Okay. I'm looking at the wrong thing. The action steps make sense and you don't feel like you have to justify them. Okay, so here's the thing. When everything's happening, you're taking action and you're kind of feeling like everything's in flow. You're taking the action that you want to, and then the next solution to the next step pops up for you. Or, an opportunity shows up that is, the direction you should be taking next. That's when you should be taking action. When everything is coming to you, you're in flow, and you don't need to justify or you don't need to think about, is this the right course of action? You just know it is. So that's the type of action you should be taking as well. Now, when you feel energized and empowered by the action, so it doesn't seem like work, you actually enjoy the process, again, that is a massive indication that you should continue to take action in that direction. And I was just talking to a friend before. I've got friends here from Australia who are helping me with my children's program. And, we're doing the lessons, we're writing them out, we're watching the videos, we're watching with the kids, we're taking them through the curriculum. We've got all these things. We've got this whole list of actions that we need to take. But I'm telling you, every moment that I spend working on this program, I feel in my bones that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. It doesn't feel like it's hard work because I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And there's a hard slog in front of us. This is a massive undertaking. 20 lessons for each age, starting at 5, going to 17. That's a lot of work, when you're looking at, doing the curriculum, setting up their videos, setting up the platform, reaching out to the teachers. But it doesn't feel like it's hard work to me because I know it's exactly what I'm meant to be doing. So that's really important. Okay, so if the action feels like that, then that's exactly what you should continue doing. When you're making a lot of progress very quickly with little effort, it means that you're in flow. So you need to keep that momentum going. When you feel, when you don't feel the need to have complete control over everything. So here's the other thing as well. Yes, I'm doing the action towards this children's program, but I'm releasing and what I'm letting go of is what it's going to look like in the end. And I know that every step I'm doing is in the right direction. So by doing that and releasing this grip of control, or it has to show up a certain way, I'm allowing the universe to send me, people that can write proposals to get grant money, connections with the juvenile detention system, a connection with the, education system here in California. All these things are coming to me because I'm not surrounding it with this lower vibrational desperation or control, thinking that I know better than the universe and that I'm going to try and completely control how it shows up. Okay, so does that make sense? So we're we're doing the actions, but we're letting go of what it's going to look like or how it's going to show up, which is really important. All right, let me say hello to a few more people while we've got you here. I've got Trey is saying, I had to surrender a moment this week. And everyone, there are lots of moments where you go, okay, I just have to surrender to what's going on. So good one, Trey. Debbie Chamberlain, hi, how are you? I got Michelle Hepner. Forgiveness helps too. Absolutely it does. Jacqueline, oh, thank you. I'm glad that you're finding this information profound because, yes, it is. It's simple when you know, but when you can apply it, it's like, it makes the world of difference. Okay, nodding your head up and down. Fantastic. Nina Kaiser, good to see you. Good to see you here, darling. Sarah, hi, how are you? And Lisbeth Wright is saying, having a hard slog, but I know I need to move on. Okay, so the reason that you're having a hard slog is that maybe you need to release a little bit, step back, ask for ask for help, ask for support, ask for insight as to where you need to move next. Okay. All right. So that's the points I said about how you need to take action. Now, here are some things that you want to recognize where you just need to release and let go. The first one is if you're spending too much time to try and figure out what actions to take. The thing is, when you're trying to concentrate so hard and do things consciously on this third dimension and force things to happen, again, we're in this lower vibration. And when you're trying to force things, you aren't open or you don't even recognize or see the other opportunities that are coming your way. So it's really important that you release. If you're trying to force things forcing things to happen, that's a really important time to step back and release for a moment, okay? If you're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, again, you're sort of in this moment where you are in a lower vibration. But the thing is, when you're looking at the problem, and remember, what we focus on expands. So if all you're focusing on is the challenge or the problem that's in front of you, you cannot see a solution. You can't solve it from that energy or from that focus. You need to step back, remind yourself, the universe has your back. The universe is always looking after you. It always has our best interest at heart. And so just because we can't see it right now, we need to take a break and release, do a little meditation, go for a walk, do anything to get your vibration back up again, so that you can start to see the solutions that could possibly be right in front of you. The next thing you want to do is, if you don't want to do it, but you feel like you have to anyway, that's a good one. If you're doing anything out of obligation or that you think that this is the way it has to be done, remember, yes, we need to start creating momentum. Yes, we need to take action towards our goal. But when we assume that it can only be done one way, again, we're cutting off the flow from the universe. So when you feel like you should do something, that you're obligated, that you have to do it, even though you don't really want to, then I would just take some time and go, is there another way? Just ask yourself, is there another way? Because I think that there could be, well, I know that there's plenty of other ways. So don't just get married to the one way, because again, that's not our job. Universe shows us how, as long as we remain open and keep our eye out and our, for the opportunities that are coming. And then the last one is like, if you're continually facing obstacles along the way, it seems that something is always in the way. Maybe that's an indication that the universe is sending you signs that it's time to change direction. And so especially if the obstacles and the challenges that are coming your way are getting bigger and bigger and bigger every time one comes along. So, if you're finding that that's a challenge, then really sit down and go, okay, what other direction can I take? And the best way to sit in the inquiry and in the question of this is through a meditation. Is through walking in nature, is being quiet long enough to ask the question and then wait for the answer to come to you. Because if you keep asking and remain quiet long enough, the answer will always come. That's how it works. Okay. Great. Okay. So let me, Jim saying thanks for the confirmation. Yes. Exactly. Dunk, actually doing our mind movie today. Oh, congratulations. Well, I hope you have I know you're going to have fun. Have fun with it. Lisbeth is saying, whoop, there it is. Yes. Julie Osborne is saying, I hear now. Hello and thank you. Great. Calvin Witcher. Hello, Calvin. Great to see you here, my friend. Right. So I actually also wanted to let you know, before we go, because the broadcast is nearly over, that what I'm talking about here is part of our law of attraction principles. Like I said before, yes, you can set an intention, but don't just send it out to the universe and wait for it to come back. There are actually things that we can do. There is a system that I've created, which I call Law of Attraction 101, that helps us to, through our thoughts, through our actions, and through our emotions, become this vibrational match, become this same frequency as the things that we want. So I know my team are going to put a link in here. If you want to click on that link and find out exactly, how I've broken that down, this is I call it my stupid human trick, or I should call it my human gift, is that I can look at a process like this and break it down into easy, actionable steps that anyone can apply. So Law of Attraction 101, if you click on the link that my team is going to put in here, then you can go through and find out all the details for that. Guys, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to coming to you again next week with another really interesting subject to talk about. I hope that whatever you have planned for the weekend, you're having loads of fun, loads of joy, and surrounded by people that you love. And so I'm looking forward to coming to you next week, 4 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday. And, of course, Daylight Savings starts this weekend. Whoa! Very excited about that. All right, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Okay, bye for now.